Alright, what's up guys? So this is kind of my feedback from taking Nmn and Resveratrol for the last 30 days, last month. Quick little background on me is I'm 42. I've been doing weights for about 25 years. I weigh 230 pounds and I'm about 11% body fat. So fairly healthy, fairly fit for my age. I've got a very solid background with kind of exercise. I fast. I do intermittent fasting every day. I do OMAD, which is 1 meal a day. I generally fast about 22 hours a day, and I eat in a hour and a half to 2 hour eating window. I also do like cold therapy, so I do cold showers. Have done for the last 5 years. So this, as if you know anything about like these supplements, you know this fits perfectly into kind of my lifestyle already. How I came across this. David Sinclair, being Australian, kind of caught my eye from the get-go, and then the fact he's Australian scientist working at Harvard in America, that definitely caught my attention because Australia's got 24 million people. There's 330 million people in America, so to be a scientist from Australia over here, obviously he's doing something right. The guy looks amazing. He looks 20 years younger. And the more I watch these podcasts, the more I listen to this information, I needed to know more. I need to try it for myself. I'm not going to tell you what the two supplements do because there's so much information out there who can explain it much better than I can. So I'm just going to talk about my personal experience. So Nmn and Resveratrol, I started taking, I got it after the gym one day. So about 4 p.m. is when I got it, and me being me, I was like, the sooner you start the better. And I took it, and then that night I didn't sleep. I was wide awake. I wasn't wired like on stimulants or caffeine or pre-workout. I was just very alert, very sharp, and I did not sleep. Woke up the next morning and I took 500 milligrams again of both, and definitely felt like a bump in my energy. I definitely felt like massive clarity. Like I'm already my clarity is amazing from fasting. If you don't fast, if you want clarity, start fasting. But to already have such good clarity and such good focus, and I added that on top, it just made me even sharper. The problem was the 500 milligrams of NMN kept me up all night. And it wasn't like I was wired and I couldn't sleep. It was like I was so alert and my brain just wouldn't shut off. And it's like, it's so counterproductive. You're taking something which is supposed to be benefiting your life and helping your life, but it's affecting your sleep. It's kind of pointless. So after a little bit of trialing, changing dosages, eventually I got it down to where I take 250 milligrams of NMN, which gives me exactly what I'm looking for during the day. It gives me the ability to sleep at night, no problems, like perfectly like I always have, because I've never ever had trouble sleeping in my life. So for me to be wide awake, that's very unusual. And then I do 500 milligrams of Resveratrol. The NMN I take with water, as they recommend, and the Resveratrol I either mix with coconut oil or MCT oil, or lately I've been doing full-fat yogurt. And yes, technically that breaks a fast, but I take the smallest possible amount I can, and I take the pills apart, I dump the powder in it, I mix it around, and I just eat it. If you don't mix it properly, it's disgusting. It gets stuck in your teeth. You're chewing it for the next couple hours. You definitely got to brush your teeth afterwards. So I find the yogurt's a very easy, quick way of getting it. And the reason is you absorb at 5 times more taking it with fat than you do with water. So it's already expensive enough, so don't waste money being lazy and just swallowing the pills. Do it the right way. So the NMN, the main thing that I have noticed over the last 30 days is I've already got a lot of energy, but I'm on a high level. And when I say I'm a high level, I'm 25 to 50% more energetic. I'm pretty crazy, I'm pretty silly, and I'm just crazier and silly. And honestly, I love it. From the moment I wake up to 12 o'clock when I go to bed, I'm just cruising. There's no ups, there's no downs, there's no highs, there's no lows. 12 o'clock at night, I could get up and go for a run. I could go to the gym. I could sit there and read a book. But I can also go straight to sleep too. It's really weird. Whereas I know if you're ever taking too much pre-workout or too much caffeine and you're wired, you're kind of like a little bit all over the place. This is just a very clean, natural high. And I absolutely love it. It's amazing. There is virtual. Some of the main things I have noticed, just a better overall feeling when I'm walking. I feel like the blood flow is better. I feel like my body's constantly warmed up. When I'm doing cardio at the gym, my endurance is so much better already. And when I say so much better, I'm just cruising. It's nearly easy, to be honest. I'm on the stepper doing, I normally do between 20 to 30 minutes a day. I'm just cruising. It's, if anything, it's easy. And I don't do high intensity cardio because I try to preserve as much muscle as I can, keep my heart rate 120, 130, and just kind of cruise with fat burning. And it's been great. I have had a bit of inflammation, like mainly tendonitis. I've been fasting a lot. And like I said, I do cold showers, but I feel like the resveratrol has helped with my inflammation. I've had pretty bad Achilles tendonitis, and honestly, it's been really good. It doesn't hurt anymore. Did it cure it? No, I don't think it cured it. Is it helping? I absolutely think it's helping. What else can I kind of say about it? You see different things, different people's opinions. I think something I'd highly recommend is don't start too much too soon. Obviously, like I must still at 42 produce a certain amount of NAD. Hence, that's why that's why the 500 milligrams of Nmn was too much for me. I must already be producing enough where this is just a little bit extra that my body needs. Maybe as I get older, like I know David's in his 50s. Maybe as I get older, maybe it needs to go up. But right now, I've got the perfect levels, I believe. So would I recommend for you to do what I'm doing? I think number one is do your research. Don't just take my word for it. Like, who am I to tell anybody? This is just my personal experience. Read Lifespan, David Sinclair's book. It's so educational. It's so amazing. He's got so much content out there. He's got so many podcasts. He's on so many people's podcasts. There's a new book coming out by Tony Robbins. He's a big part of that book too. Read that stuff before you start. Get your health. You can't just rely on something like this. You need to get your base health. Fasting, eating clean. Like they say, I think the 30% extra lifespan just by eating less food. I went from typical bodybuilding diet 6 to 12 meals a day now down to 1 meal. But you lose muscle when you fast. Well, guess what? You actually don't. It's breakfast is most important meal of the day. You're supposed to have breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. I don't eat lunch. I've never felt better. I've been fasting for 3 years, and that's the best thing I have ever done for my health, for my body. It's the best thing I've ever learned and applied. I cannot stress fasting enough. Alright, so do I recommend you taking Nmn and Resveratrol? Yes, if you do your research. And what I mean by that is read Lifespan, read David Sinclair's book, read it again if you need to, watch his podcasts, consume all the information. Before I do anything, I get obsessive with things. I just watch everything I can. I make sure, if I can't explain it, I can't teach it, I don't know it. So therefore, I just consume, and then I make my own critical thinking, educated decision, because it's my body. I haven't had any negative side effects besides the sleep, and obviously that was from me just taking too much. I should have eased into it more. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world, I just missed a bit of sleep. But saying that, when have you ever not had sleep but able to function 100% the next day? Never, right? I've heard David talk about having jet lag and taking Nmn and being fine. For me, not sleeping for a few days in a row, I was still functioning at 100% the next day. I was still training, I was still working, I still felt great, but I wasn't sleeping. So it's really weird. I don't know what to say about that, but that was my personal experience. What brand to take? Do your own research. Don't get it from Amazon because everything I've heard, it's been fake. If you do know one from Amazon, let me know because I'd love to be able to, yeah, I'd love to be able to see the options. And then, yeah, ease into it. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. There's not really anyone kind of like me, my size, my kind of fitness background I've seen on YouTube taking this. Most people have been like older. There's been a lot of females. I haven't really seen many males talking about this. So I'd love to kind of see some more, hear some more feedback. And then, yeah, I'll get back to you in 3 months and I'll do another one of these and I'll give you my honest review. Thanks for watching.